watching Tommy TV.
Good evening here on Tommy TV and 96.5 The Chill. It is time for some more high school girls basketball action here as Taylorville is set to take on Jacksonville in the third round of 5 of the Thanksgiving holiday tournament here at the Dolph, and Leroy Klemola is getting into it. I'm Reed Kamai. I'd better get into it because I'm actually a little exhausted from the game that we had earlier here on Tommy TV and 96.5 The Chill. It was between Taylorville and Rochester, went to overtime and a wild comeback from Taylorville. And Leroy, since I know how excited you are right now,
I am, man. I'm pumped.
You and I were talking earlier, right? You know, a game like what happened earlier. Okay, I guess I got to do this. All right.
Yes, thank you.
All right, I don't know how to do it.
About.
I don't know how to do it. Leroy's. You're doing a little boogie for those of you listening on Tommy TV. But, you know, with a game like what Taylorville had earlier, you know, it's really got to change their thinking going into other games afterwards, you know, knowing that they're always still in it.
Well, and I tell you what, it's a huge win for the program. And you think about how good these teams have been historically. Look, they've ran the gauntlet through the Apollo Conference, through the preseason, through the non-con schedule year after year after year. And they start off flat against Hillsborough yesterday, and it was one of those where you kind of roll your eyes a little bit and go, uh-oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
And even in the first half, you know, Taylorville doesn't score at all in that second quarter, and you're like, oh my gosh, here we go. But something happened in that locker room at halftime. Those girls really dug deep and said, look, this is not who we are. They came out firing on all 4 cylinders, really started hitting their shots, and it was a completely different team in that second half than what we saw in the first half.
Yeah, and a couple big scores in that game. Bailey Jackson with 15 points and Grace Rogers with 12. Now, both of those teams, actually all 6 teams in this tournament, playing twice in one day. What must that be like for these teams?
So oftentimes when you have 2 games at once, you're kind of forced to change your strategy a little bit. In a game where you could normally rely on your starters to go 3/4 of the way through, you really have to lean heavily on your subs and on your second string, your B squad, to come in and really take a lot of those minutes from your starters. Now here in game 2, with nothing going on tomorrow, expect there to be a lot more on the line for the starters here in this one. One big thing of note in that first game today was Taylorville really stayed out of foul trouble, and that really paid dividends going down the stretch, where it allowed Grace Rogers and some of the other starters to really get their game going, and really when they needed them, they came in and were able to dominate. And that's what you need, is you need your starters to come back in when they're fresh, to be able to put in those minutes, to be able to score those points. And for Taylorville, they were really able to get some big numbers from Bailey Jackson and from our player of the game earlier, Nicole Patrick, controversial player of the game earlier, Grace Rogers.
So we will see what they're able to do in this game. For right now, let's take a break. When we come back, more pregame coverage from the Dolph between Taylorville and Jacksonville here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV.
might be too strong out on compromise. Overdose on confidence. Starting at the gym, and stop fearing the consequence. Drinking every night because we drink to my accomplishments.
Back here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV, Tornado Girls Basketball, and the Tornadoes have just come out onto the court as they get set to face Jacksonville in the third of 5 games in the Thanksgiving holiday tournament. I almost forgot what this competition is called. Let me remind you.
It's right across the way from you.
Oh, it's right across the way, except that players are in the way, and also the text is a little stretched out. I will remind you, though, I do remember this. Our coverage on 96.5 The Chill is sponsored by a whole host of sponsors. The Taylorville McDonald's, where I'm loving it, and they love the Tornadoes. It's also sponsored by Taylorville Community Credit Union, the Senior Citizens of Christian County, Country Financial Agent Nicole Patrick, and Scooter's Coffee. Now, Scooter's Coffee continues their involvement in the Tornado Give Back program. They'll be donating quite a bit of money to the Taylorville Sports Boosters. We're going to donate $10 for every touchdown in the football season. 41 touchdowns, that's $410. They would also donate $3 for every 3-point score by varsity Tornado basketball teams. There were 4 3-pointers by the girls team on Friday. And I actually forgot how many 3-pointers there were earlier, so I'll be getting that number in just a little bit, but they'll be continuing that, and we're very happy about that. I'm Reed Kama, he's Leroy Klimola. We continue to build up to this game between Taylorville and Jacksonville. And another thing that stood out to me is just that game earlier by Taylorville against Rochester really showed how important it is that they shoot well, and they haven't always done so.
Well, yeah, and that's been the biggest question mark this year was, who's going to step up and be a leader for this team? Who's going to step up and really come into this game as far as being a dominating factor? And Taylorville really didn't have anybody step up in that Jacksonville game. Bailey Jackson did a little bit, but one person's not going to be able to win a basketball game for you. You're going to need to have multiple players that are going to be able to play well. And so for Bailey to be able to step up, Grace Rogers to be able to step up, Thea Susley off the bench has stepped up in a big way. And of course, big-time threes from Hope Kitzman and Peyton DeMichael's played really, really well as well, especially in that second half. That really has been the difference maker here in this one as far as what they've been able to do and as far as the way that they've been able to play their game.
And our view is getting blocked a little bit because we are getting ready for the national anthem. This is Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final game tonight will feature the Jacksonville Crimsons and your Taylorville Tornadoes. At this time, if you could please rise, gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Crimsons of Jacksonville High School. A senior, number 5, Chloe Kuhn. A junior, number 11, Jara Wardell. A sophomore, number 23, Addie Johnson. A senior, number 34, Autumn Gauze. And a freshman, number 40, Maylin Kammer. The Crimsons are coached by Dave Ferris. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Taylorville Tornadoes. At forward, a 5'9" junior, number 35, Nora Thomas. At forward, a 5'9" junior, number 24, Grace Rogers. At forward, a 5'10" senior, number 12, Bailey Jackson. At one guard, a 5'4" junior, number 3, Hope Kitzman. And at the other guard, a 5'2" senior, number 4, Peyton DeMichael. Tornadoes coached by Hayden Alger. Assisted by Kevin Chadwick and Karen Thomas. Assistant James Cruzan and Brett.
Tornado basketball, Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV getting ready between Taylorville and Jacksonville. Let's take a look at the starters for Jacksonville. Chloe Kuhn, Jara Wardell, Addie Johnson, Autumn Goss, and Malin Kammerer. For Taylorville, same as last time, Hope Kitzman, Peyton DeMichael, Bailey Jackson, Grace Rogers, and Nora Thomas. Getting ready for the tip-off sponsored by McDonald's, where I'm loving it and they love the Tornadoes. And Bailey Jackson wins it for Taylorville. And remember, the keys to the game sponsored by CTI. Score points. Taylorville's got to shoot well. They got to bring the energy from the first game and play to their strengths, of which they have plenty, as Taylorville gets the first score as Nora Thomas hits it from left short corner.
Nora Thomas found some space underneath the basket. It's really important that they get that first shot, really feed off the momentum from their win earlier against Rochester.
They have plenty of it, and the follow-up there from Jacksonville's, one of their players is there was a jump ball, and Jacksonville, having lost the tip-off, gets the possession, and Taylorville now wins the possession arrow. And that one went out of bounds, this time off a Jacksonville player, and Taylorville gets it back.
Jacksonville trying to force a little bit of pressure here early. Taylorville really hasn't had to deal with that this much this year. Let's see how they handle it.
And a steal as Peyton DeMichael's picked off on the pass, and that is with Jara Wardell, and her pass is picked off, and the foul is called. And let's send it over to Haley, who's got some coach's notes. Haley? Okay, never mind. We'll maybe try again in just a little bit. And it's with Taylorville. They lead 2-0 just in the first minute. And that's a layup that time from Grace Rogers from the left side.
Taylorville picking it up right where they left off from the earlier game against Rochester. Lanes are a little bit clearer this one. Points are falling. Let's see if they keep falling.
And well, they do fall for Addie Johnson, who drives in and hits a 2 from straight on.
Addie Johnson, a big force for Jacksonville up front. The Crimsons really need her to step up in a big way.
Peyton DeMichael has that one taken away, as that's just lost. She just lost the hold of it there to Jara Wardell for Jacksonville.
2 turnovers for Peyton already earlier, or this part of this afternoon.
And it's played in this time from the left side by Jacksonville, and the shot there is off the rim as it's another held ball or jump ball, and Taylorville gets it back. So 6:22, Taylorville leads 4-2. By the way, Chloe Kuhn was the player sanctioned for the foul earlier. It's with Peyton DeMichael again, and a bit of a tough pass there between her and Hope Kitzman. Now DeMichael has it right on the left short corner, then across to Grace Rogers, and she attempts a 3 from the right wing, and it's good, nothing but net.
Well, there are advantages to doing full court press and disadvantages. Obviously, it forces problems, but when you get this court stretch, that leaves open men on the court. And you saw it right there with Grace Rogers able to hit a 3.
Another steal as Bailey Jackson intercepts that one, and she lays it in from the left side. A couple bounces off the rim. And timeout is called as Jacksonville tries to get it together. Taylorville leads 9-2, 5:45 left. And let's take a break here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV.
To talk to both coaches before the game and talk about what things they want to see. some of the keys that Coach Eldred talked about were to keep the energy from the end of the last game against Rochester, and the message he gave to the team in the locker room was to not take Jacksonville for granted and to make sure to keep moving the ball. The Jacksonville coach told me that they needed to make some baskets early to keep up their morale, and a message they had was to play defense and go for the rebounds.
Thank you, Haley. As Jacksonville gets it going again, Taylorville leads 9-2. 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Jacksonville struggled a bit to get out of their own end, but they do eventually, and Jared Wardell hands it off to the right side, and that is a nice little floater there from Chloe Kuhn, the senior.
Boy, despite Bailey Jackson's effort there, Wardell found a sweet spot, was able to get that one right in.
That one goes out of bounds as Wardell attempted the intercept. By the way, the earlier three-pointer was another $3 donation from Scooter's Coffee to the Taylorville Sports Boosters. Hope Kitzman inbounds it, right side, then back out to Kitzman. Then, that's an audacious pass, but the foul is called as that was inside the paint, and looks like there will be free throws as Bailey Jackson, it wasn't Bailey Jackson, it was Nora Thomas who was fouled, and she goes to the line.
It was a good backdoor read. Nora Thomas finding some space underneath the basket, was able to backdoor it and able to get that ball, and when she went up for it, got chucked down the arm, and that is the first foul that is called on Johnson.
So Thomas up to the free throw line, misses both of them, both off the rim. This kick back out to DeMichael on the right wing. DeMichael cuts inside, then to Rogers. Yep, that was Rogers. A couple of other passes there. Right side to Michael on the right corner. Then back to Rogers, right wing. Cuts back into the middle. Kitzman, left side. Then Jackson, and that shot is rejected by Autumn Goss. She's got the height, and the foul is called. It's in favor of Jacksonville.
Bailey does not get blocked too many times, but you're going to have to figure out a way to fake on some of those as Goss came really down hard on that ball.
Taylorville leads 9-4, 4:46 left in the first quarter. The earlier free throws, by the way, brought to you by the senior citizens of Christian County. As Jacksonville looks to attack here, left side, as they try to get out of their own end. They've got 10 seconds to do so, and they fail to do so just a bit too late, and Taylorville wins it back.
So that was Jackson's first foul earlier, first team foul, and again, Taylorville applying good pressure there on the line, on the midcourt line, just to be able to keep them on their side of the ball.
9-4 Taylorville, almost an intercept by Kuhn, but then Kitzman tried to pass it into the paint, and it was intercepted that time by, that is Wardell. Wardell into traffic on the left wing, finds Kammerer behind her, then to Chloe Kuhn in the front court, center. High pass to Addie Johnson, right wing, then into the right short corner to Kammerer, and she puts it up. I think that's an air ball, and recovered. And Taylorville quickly attacking the other way. Bailey Jackson tries to lay it in. Oh, that was close. Didn't quite fall for her. Recovered by Nora Thomas, then tapped out of bounds by a Jacksonville player.
No. So Johnson came down really hard on Nora Thomas. So lucky she didn't get called for a foul on that one. Taylorville still retains possession of the ball.
Grace Rogers over to Peyton DeMichael, and she hits it from three straight on, nothing but net.
I was sure that ball was tipped, but it had enough oomph and emphasis to get in there. Good three.
12-4 Taylorville, 3:37 left. And that's a foul called.
They're going to get DeMichael for a reach-in. Her first, team second.
2 fouls each way. 3:35 left in the first quarter. Crimsons, as they're called, have it back. Right side, and that one's poked away, but then given straight back to Jacksonville. Both teams a little bit sloppy in the early goings.
Well, and a lot of youth and a lot of inexperience on the court right now, and that's what you see.
That was just fed into Goss, who laid it in for 2. Taylorville up 12-6. And that one in by Nora Thomas. She's up to 4 points on the game. And a timeout called here by Jacksonville. Now, both teams certainly have been hitting those shots in the early part of this game, as it's a 30-second timeout here. And now it's been both sides just kind of trying to respond, and Taylorville trying to keep their momentum.
Yeah, so Grace Rogers with 5 points here early, and for Taylorville, you look at this team, and they were really trying to build on a lot of the momentum from their game from earlier today. you're able to do that by hitting those shots early. Taylorville's built up their biggest lead of the season. They're up 14-6 right now. And really a lot of this comes down to these are the games where you really need to work on your plays, because once you get into the conference schedule, things start to get really quicker. They start to get quicker and they start to get tougher. So for Taylorville to be able to do what they need to in this one, extremely important.
And it being the second of 2 games in one day can add to that as well. 14-6 Taylorville. Jacksonville going the other way. Quick pass on the right side, low post, but the shot finds the front of the rim and is out, and Grace Rogers takes it on the right side. Back for Taylorville. Still 14-6. Left side to Michael, 3 from the corner, and that's off the rim and out far as the foul is called. And
they're going to get Nora again. Or they're going to get Nora for the first time. I thought she had one earlier. She did not, but Nora going to get called on reaching on that one. Thea Susley will come in.
Thea Susley along with Lily Durbin. So 2 substitutions being made by Taylorville. They switch things up here, as you were talking before the game. Both teams doing quite a bit of in this situation. 2 games in one day. Taken away. Intercepted by Susley.
Durbin was a big part of that. Susley tried to bring it down, but Durbin was able to get in there and just go the peanut punch. Patoo!
Peanut punch. Oh, that's right. That is so good. Grace Rogers goes to the line for a pair of free throws, sponsored by the Senior Citizens of Christian County, after the foul.
Second foul on Johnson, team third.
And the first one goes in from Grace Rogers, up to 6 points on the game. Substitutions, 1 for each team as Joe Durbin comes in. The other change is Cameron Chumley for Jacksonville. 15-6 Taylorville, make that 16-6 as the second free throw goes in.
7 points for her, 4 points for Thomas, and 11 of the 16 points just from those 2 right there.
The kind of start Taylorville needed, at least in terms of their own shooting. And Jacksonville, again, having trouble getting out of their own half, but they do eventually.
Well, and Jacksonville used the full court press earlier. Now Taylorville's doing the exact same thing, Reed.
And Kuhn, as the jump ball is called, it's now in favor of Jacksonville. And I think that was Durbin who got her hands on it. Durbin, yep. Joe Durbin and Chloe Kuhn going at it. So it's Jacksonville ball, 2:21 left in the first quarter. And that one off a hand, and it's with Taylorville trying to go quickly, and that pass to Joe Durbin in the corner, too long, and it goes out of bounds.
But Durbin had the speed, but the ball was just a little bit too much in front and led her a little bit too far, and went out of bounds. Jacksonville will take over again. Taylorville with a 10-point lead.
Just a little too much spice on that one as Bailey Jackson comes back into the game. 2:15 left first quarter. Jacksonville going back, and it's picked off by Durbin, but she can't keep it in bounds.
Again, Taylorville's aggression on defense, really the big story here on this one. They really have not allowed Jacksonville to breathe.
Tough for them to develop any sort of offense with that sort of play happening. Malin Kammerer, right side, then to Kuhn, deeper, and that one took a touch off a Taylorville player on a pass inside, and Jacksonville ball again.
Went off Bailey Jackson. She was trying to get in there and just cause a little bit of problems and poked the ball right out of bounds.
Remember, no shot clock here. 2:02 left in the first quarter. Jacksonville looking to inbound, and they do to Gauze, and they get the foul. On the floor, though. So another crack at it for the Crimsons.
Second foul on Bailey.
So 2 early fouls, and that one goes out off a Jacksonville player, so it is Taylorville ball.
And Bailey's going to sit 2 fouls. They're not going to let her test the waters on that one. Grace Rogers will come in and check in and probably move into that center position.
So here goes Taylorville again, left side, up 16-6, 1:52 left in the first quarter. Rogers, left side, Susley, then wraps around to Durbin. Durbin looks for the floater. It's an air ball. Maybe just hit the net. Rebounded by Durbin. Played out to the left side, then to the right. Long pass to Durbin that she recovers beautifully. Durbin takes it in. Oh, and hit on the head there. And the foul is called.
Well, when you're 4'11", getting hit on the head seems to be a priority in basketball, but Durbin quickly right back up and heads to the line.
So Durbin will shoot a pair of free throws, sponsored by the Senior Citizens of Christian County, with 1:34 left in the first quarter. Durbin's first one is good. That is her first point on the game.
The foul was on Gauss, by the way. Gauze, by the way, her first, team fourth.
So now both teams will shoot the rest of the way in this first quarter, and Durbin makes the second one as well, and it is 18-6.
Night and day difference here from yesterday. Taylorville really able to shoot a lot of their shots there. A lot of their shots are falling. Again, Taylorville not doing anything too much different from what we saw yesterday. Just their shots are falling tonight, Reed.
Shots are falling, and we even saw, remember that second quarter in the game against Rochester, a lot of issues there as well. So it's been a change just from earlier today, if that's possible to believe.
So what ended up happening is Durbin was coming over to the right side, got fouled and tripped up as she was heading over. So Durbin will head to the line to shoot two, but they called a timeout. And I just want to let everyone know that's where we are at right now.
So it's a timeout with 1:25 left in the first quarter. Taylorville leads 18-6. Taylorville 1-1 in this tournament so far. Jacksonville 0-2 after a pair of defeats. They lost yesterday to Mount Zion, earlier today to Civic Memorial. This is the third round of 5 of the Lady Tornadoes' 31st annual Thanksgiving holiday tournament. It's a tournament that has been dominated by Civic Memorial in recent seasons. They've won the last 2 and 6 of the last 7. In fact, all with 5-0 records on each occasion. Of course, rather difficult to win it without a 5-0 record, but both teams, well, if Taylorville's to do it at this point, they'll have a bit of a mountain to climb, having lost once already, but Civic Memorial certainly have looked like they are in a good position to take it again as we get set to resume here.
Well, and I'm looking forward to that Mount Zion Civic Memorial game. Mount Zion's been really good at basketball this year already in the early parts of this, and that should be a good matchup when they play next weekend.
So the free throw here is made by Joe Durbin.
By the way, that was Chloe Kuhn's second foul, and now in the bonus the rest of the way for this last 85 seconds.
And the second one is off the front of the rim and to the backboard and gathered by Jacksonville. And Durbin almost with another steal, but she can't keep it in bounds.
Oh, Durbin has been everywhere on the court here so far. She's forced 2 fouls. She's been all over the ball. She's caused two turnovers. It's been Joe Durbin here for the last minute and a half.
And she doesn't bring a whole lot of size, and yet has still been able to cause a lot of problems for Jacksonville just getting out of their own end of the court. Kenzie Law comes in for Jacksonville as the Crimsons have it now. Just over a minute left in the first quarter. Foul called as Lily Durbin is the player sanctioned. Her first foul of the game. Was on the floor, of course, so Jacksonville gets it back.
Yeah, but they're in the bonus, so.
Oh, they're in the bonus, that's right. I almost lost track of that. So they will shoot, and it's Malin Kemmer to take the shots. And the first one goes up. It's a nice little towering shot there, and it goes in, nothing but net.
You know, we call those we call them skyscrapers.
Skyscrapers. All right. Here comes the second one, another skyscraper. As I've now learned that term, and it goes in, and it is 19-8 in Taylorville's favor. Oh, yes. I love when you teach me that sweet vocabulary. All right, here goes Taylorville again. Back to the front. Susley. Then to Tar, left side, then over to the right, and that pass just a bit out of the reach of Susley, and it goes out of bounds.
Just a bit outside. DeMichael, Nora Thomas, Hope Kitzman checking in for Thea, Durbin, and Grace Rogers. So Tar, Nora Thomas, Hope Kitzman, JoJo, and Peyton DeMichael on the floor for Taylorville.
46 seconds left. Jacksonville has it, and the three from Kimmer is off the front of the rim and rebounded by Chumley. Taken back out to Johnson, takes it from the right wing, and that one has a similar outcome. Rebounded by Chumley. Third chance now for Jacksonville. 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Burrowing her way into the paint that time was Kammer, but now back to Johnson. That pass was looking for Gauze, who got the last touch. They say it was a Jacksonville touch, so Taylorville ball. So 20 seconds, exactly 20 seconds left. The clocks here count 0.2 of a second in the last minute. 17, Durbin. Right side, or Durbin was on the left, Kitzman now on the right. DeMichael at the top of the key. Right side, 7 seconds. Kitzman back into the middle to Oh, that was, okay, this is Kitzman from 3. That one is just a bit wide to the left from the right corner, and that is the end of the first quarter. Well, it is 19-8 in favor of Taylorville after 1 quarter over Jacksonville. We'll take a break, be right back for the start of the second quarter here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Start of the second quarter as Taylorville leads 19-8. I'm Reed Kamai. He's Leroy Clamola. Glad to have you with us.
Taylorville's highest scoring quarter right there is the first 19-8.
11-point lead is their biggest lead as that 3-point there from Reagan Funderburg from the right corner. Missed to the left. Recovered by Taylorville. Peyton DeMichael, right wing. Kitzman, left wing. Inside, Jackson. Looking for the towering shot. It's an air ball. It's a skyscraper. Skyscraper, Jacksonville.
Well, she had to get it over Goss's arms, and Goss still came down on her. No call, though.
And it's with Jacksonville. Good, almost self-pass there as the shot was off the rim and out. And then the follow-up from Goss on the right side goes in.
Her 4th points of the day, and Jacksonville still finds themselves trailing by 9.
Here goes Taylorville again. Jackson, left side. That pass came off of Crimson, so it's Taylorville ball.
Well, we talk about skyscrapers, but really, Kammerer and Gauze underneath the basket, really 2 big forces. As anything close underneath, they're just able to put their big frames in there and stop the shots. So Taylorville's going to have to figure out a way to shoot from outside.
That one from Jackson on the right low post is in and out. Oh, stolen away as Jacksonville built out. Kitzman looking for DeMichael, and she gets the foul call. As Taylorville will put it back in.
Foul is on Johnson, her 3rd. Team first for the quarter.
And she is taken off. Chloe Kuhn, by the way, came on earlier. 6:51 left in the second quarter. Taylorville up 19-10.
Hope's taking a few minutes. Hope Kitzman's got to figure out quicker ways to get that ball in bounds. That was another struggle right there. I'm trying to find an opening.
Almost used the 5 seconds. Kitzman into Jackson, and Jackson with a short one from the left side.
Her 4th point of the day, and Bailey Jackson adding a little bit of contribution here.
And another steal, Funderburg, as a couple of Taylorville players got in the way. DeMichael goes for 3 from the left wing, and that one bounces actually back to her. Took quite the ricochet off the rim, and she draws the foul as Kuhn is sanctioned for her 3rd.
DeMichael went right in there, was trying to cause some problems, and Chloe Kuhn lost her balance, came down on top of her, and ended up getting called for the foul because of it.
So 3 fouls for her and 3 for Johnson as well. Here goes Taylorville. Pass inside. And that one comes off the rim and rebounded by Gauze. And the held ball is called. And it goes in favor of Jacksonville.
Taylorville's starting to become really aggressive on the court. So far, Jacksonville just has not been able to match that energy level.
Jacksonville again struggling to build out from their own end. 6 minutes left in the second quarter, 21-10 Taylorville. Kammerer, she gets just behind the 3-point line as it's back to her on the pass from Kuhn. Just seems like they need to be a little more mobile. Kuhn goes for 3 from the right wing and hits it.
First three-pointer from Jacksonville today comes at a much-needed time. They still trail 21-13.
5:36 left in the second quarter. Funderburk looking for the inlet pass. Instead finds Thomas on the left corner, and that one hits the rim long. Out to DeMichael, then to Kitzman. Thomas again, this time short corner, and she looks to dribble around. Gauze, and rolls that one in on the layup.
That's a no, yes shot right there. Nora was upset it wasn't going anywhere, and stolen again.
And stolen, this time by Funderburk, and she lays it in for her first points of the game.
And after getting within 6, Taylorville answers with a 6-0 run themselves.
And to get another steal, Jacksonville can't get out of their own end.
Well, Chloe Kuhn was fixing her hair.
Oh,
she was fixing her hair and didn't realize that the ball was coming right at her.
Peyton DeMichael's three missed. A little scrum for the ball as Taylorville gets it. Kitzman, left side, DeMichael, short corner. Back in towards, that is Nora Thomas, and she lays it in from low post.
And it's the 27-13 lead for Taylorville, their largest of the day.
8 points for Thomas, and the pass that time goes out of bounds. And the coach, Dave Ferris, not happy.
But Taylorville's caused all kinds of problems. Not necessarily. I mean, Jacksonville can't even get down to their own side of the court. It's all been in the backcourt, and problems all over the place as Taylorville once again steals the ball.
Now, Kitzman's got it, looks for the pass, and that was almost wide open, but intercepted by, I think that's Sydney Vetter, if I'm reading the number correctly, and it's a held ball, this time in Taylorville's favor.
A jump ball, and it'll go towards Taylorville as the possession arrow will get ready to change hands again.
So Taylorville's got it here, Kitzman inbounds, and that's a good one to Thea Susley, who hits it from 3 on the left side.
You love to see it.
Her first score of the game at a travel. Just goes from bad to worse for Jacksonville. Jared Wardell. 4:11 left, 30-13 in Taylorville's favor. Rogers, right side, Durbin. Tar, left side, short corner, that's an air ball over. Who comes away with it? It is Kemmerer. And again, still struggling to get out. They were surrounded by 2 players. Recovered by Taylorville into Thea Susley, and she's got it in from right side, low post.
A hard shot for Thea Susley as Thea was kind of stepped back and had the step back jump just perfect.
Now Jacksonville does get into the other half, and that's put up that time by Smock, and it's out of bounds, Taylorville ball.
A stunned Jacksonville crowd here, 32-13, Taylorville leads.
Stunned and seems at times frustrated as well as Joe Durbin comes back into the game. Taylorville's got it up 32-13, 3:33 left. A lot of threes in that last sentence. Durbin, right side to Susley. That one tipped by a Jacksonville player, and the pass into Tar. Tornadoes keep it.
Gianna Tar wanted to foul. Kemmerer came out of nowhere. It was just boom, all up on top of her, but ball got knocked out. It'll stay with Taylorville.
All right, 3:26 left, 32-13. Left side. Durbin just dribbled in, looking for a pass. Rogers out deep towards the left side. Durbin now in the right position. Good pass. And that was that a trip? That does not sound good as play continues, but one of the Taylorville players is struggling to get up. I think it was an uncomfortable hit there. So let's go to break here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV.
Well, I tell you what, Addison Tarr, her sister, made a surprise trip home. She's at SEMA right now and helped her sister back to the locker room. So how about that? So that's a nice welcome, and good to see Addison Tarr here. But wishing the best for Gianna, who was hurting her ankle, holding her ankle pretty good there.
Thea Susley hits the three from the right corner. And that's the response Taylorville needed. And the steal as Jacksonville again struggling to build out. Grace Rogers took the steal and could not lay it in as it rolled off the rim. As here goes Jacksonville, 2:42 left. 35-13 Taylorville. The lay-in misses from Jocelyn Smock, rolled out off the front. Taylorville back the other way. It's end-to-end stuff. Lily Durbin, left side. Thea Susley, Grace Rogers, deep two, and that is an air ball that bounces out of bounds.
And Jacksonville will take over again, but it's been all Taylorville here so far.
So here we go, 2:24 left, 35-13 Taylorville. Jacksonville trying to build out. They got 10 seconds to do so. And the pass ultimately made to Kammerer, who does have it, and then she just attacks the three-point area, lays in the shot, but does not score it, and Taylorville goes back the other way. Right side, Thomas looks to lay it in herself, finds the backboard and the rim, but not the basket, and it is Jacksonville ball.
Kammerer had a nice little floater right there, but it wasn't to be. Taylorville tried going the other way, and they also found themselves unable to hit.
2 minutes exactly left in the second quarter. 35-13 in Taylorville's favor. Wardell, and she's traveled. Wardell called that time. Taylorville gets it back. $1:55 left. What can the Tornadoes do here as they try to add to their lead? Susley, left side, over to Rogers. Then back to Durbin. Joe Durbin, by the way. Joe Durbin, and she goes for the three from the left wing, and that's in front of the rim and out. Rebounded, as that was Vetter who took it. Right side, and that is Kammerer. Center to Wardell. And that is a jump ball again, and it goes in favor of Jacksonville.
35-13, 86 seconds left here in this one. Taylorville has their foot on the gas, and you got to like it after the slow start yesterday.
And at times today as well, as that's taken away by Thea Susley. She's got room to run and lays it up, but bounces off the backboard and rim and out, and Jacksonville could go the other way. It's poked away, but could fall back to Susley, who puts it up, and it misses off the rim, but draws the foul.
So Susley will once again head to the line. She's been everywhere, man. I've been so thrilled. And you heard me say earlier in the Rochester game, she's just been everywhere.
So it's a pair of free throws for Thea Susley, brought to you by the senior citizens of Christian County, with 1:12 left in the second quarter. Susley puts it up, and it's off the right part of the rim and bounces to the left.
That was Kammerer's first foul, team third. Taylorville hasn't had a foul this quarter.
So here goes Susley again for the second of the two free throws. She puts it up, and this time nothing but net. Nice and clean one.
Susley with 9.
And Taylorville with 36 to Jacksonville's 13. 1:08 left in the second quarter. Can Jacksonville come up with some kind of response before the intermission? Kammerer, right side, and that's a 10-second violation. At least the second one that's gone against them in this game.
Jacksonville's just been too complacent on their own side of the court. Nobody's been able to move forward and help her out. You got to get rid of that ball.
And maybe just have to be a little more mobile on that end of the court. But Taylorville gets it back. 57 seconds left. What can they do here? Left, Rogers, right side, right corner, Durbin looking for the three, in and out. Rebounded by Thomas. Taylorville can go again. Thomas again on the right short corner. Right low post, Grace Rogers, and she puts it in. Easy one.
The underneath the basket layup, and just a recipe for success from Grace Rogers right there.
Yeah, that's what Taylorville needs to see from her this season. We've talked a lot about that, especially in the first game. Here goes Jacksonville again. 24 seconds left. 38-13 to score in Taylorville's favor. Pass looking for Vetter. Last touch off a Taylorville player.
20 seconds left here in this first half, and it's been all Taylorville here early. And only, and actually, And you look at this, Taylorville actually has a little bit of a slower second quarter, but still dominating.
That shot low and, well, low right under the basket from Chloe Harney, but then misses and goes out of bounds off of her. So it's a Taylorville ball. 16 seconds left. Can they add to their 25-point lead before the break? DeMichael right to Susley, right wing, then across to Rogers, left wing. 5 seconds as it's tipped over to DeMichael. DeMichael has to find Grace Rogers for a long three. That's all out Stephen Curry, but not the result though, as it hits the rim and goes out. And we go to the break. It is 38-13 in favor of Taylorville as we reach halftime in this game. Back here with Taylorville Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Taylorville leads 38-13 here from the Dolph. Let's send it over to Haley, who has this report. Haley?
Thanks, Reed. I'm here with THS teacher Mrs. Heffner. What is your favorite part about the annual holiday tournament here at THS?
My favorite part of this tournament is seeing all the girls as they grow up over the years. Like they come in as freshmen and sometimes they don't get to play, or they maybe get to play in a game that we were running away with. But now some of them are seniors. It's so cool to see these students as they develop.
And what is your favorite part about basketball season here at the Dolph?
Well, my favorite thing here at the Dolph is this is probably one of the most original and unique and oldest basketball courts that we have in the state. And just knowing that we're part of that and that we get to play here is one of the coolest things ever.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Haley, as we are here at halftime, 38-13, like I mentioned, in Taylorville's favor over Jacksonville. This is the third of 5 games for each team as part of the Thanksgiving holiday tournament. And it's a much livelier atmosphere at the Dolph than what we had earlier today, with this being the evening. And thank you for joining us on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. I'm Reed Kamai. He's Leroy Climola. So 38-13, as I mentioned, 19 points for Taylorville in each of the 2 quarters so far. 8 for Jacksonville in the first quarter, 5 in the second. And Leroy, Taylorville's been able to really frustrate Jacksonville in this game, including as the Crimsons have been just trying to get out of their own end.
Well, and it all starts from their defensive line up front. A lot of heavy pressure, and Jacksonville just really has not been able to figure out how to even get the ball across midcourt. As Taylorville really just using a staunch attack to be able to get in there and force turnovers and problems. Add on top of that their shots are finally starting to fall, and that's a recipe for success if you're a Taylorville fan.
Yeah, and those shots are falling from players like Thea Susley, Grace Rogers, and Nora Thomas. 8 points for Thomas, 9 for Susley, and 9 as well for Grace Rogers. So, you know, we're seeing some of the players who we expected to step up do exactly that, and seeing some other players do so as well, as has been the need this season.
Yeah, and with that, you know, when you look at these guys, you're looking for people to step up, you know, and we talked a little bit about how much of an impact McKinley Simplecamp makes when she's able to play, and she's, of course, been out for a little bit because of some stuff going on, but she brings that energy every time. So to see other players come in there and bring that energy as well is huge, just because it means so much for this team to be able to come back into these games and play it the way that they know. The identity that they have really goes a long way towards creating what they are and their identity moving forward throughout the season.
Yeah, the presence from their players is important. The depth is important as well. And we unfortunately lost one bit of that in the second quarter with the injury to Gigi Tarr. and that happened. It didn't look like there was any contact whatsoever. She had gone down. Some of the players actually were envisioning that a foul was going to be called or that one had been called, and then we had the delay while she was looked at. So that could be a concern for Taylorville.
And she has not come back out of the locker room. Of course, our thoughts and prayers with Gianna Tarr, her sister, dealt with a few injuries here as well, and wishing the best for her moving forward, and hopefully it's nothing crazy.
So we'll be keeping an eye on that as the season goes on. Why don't we take a break here, and when we come back, we'll have more coverage from the Dolph as Taylorville leads Jacksonville 38-13 here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Tornado Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV as we get ready for the start of the second half between Taylorville and Jacksonville. It is 38-13 in favor of the Tornadoes here at the Dolph, the last of 6 games here as part of the Thanksgiving holiday tournament today. 6 games today, 3 on each of the other 3 days involved. I'm Reed Kamai, he's Leroy Klimola, and we are underway in the third quarter as Taylorville's got it. Left side, left corner to DeMichael and Hope Kitzman, but that pass is intercepted by Addie Johnson. Addie Johnson finds Kuhn.
Addie got into foul trouble a little bit earlier, so it'll be interesting to see how much of a short of a leash that she has here in the start of this third quarter.
Malin Kammerer fouled on the shot there, and they are saying it looks like that's against Grace Rogers, if I read the fingers correctly from the official.
It was, and it is Grace's first foul, first team foul.
In the early goings of the third quarter, and the first free throw from Malin Kammerer is in, and she's got 3 points all from the free throw line. Here she goes for the second shot, and that one is off the front of the rim, but rebounded by Goss, and couple of shots there as none of them go, and Taylorville gets it back up 38-14. 7:24 left in the third quarter. Kitzman, left side, Thomas, and that pass, not sure who it came off, but rescued and gathered by Bailey Jackson, who puts it in from right low post.
Bailey Jackson picking right up where she left off in that first half, and while she had a little bit of a quiet first half comparatively to the other 2 days, when you've got other players that are stepping up, you don't have to be the hero of the day, and so it's been nice to see other people step up here in this one.
6 points now for Jackson, 40-14 for Taylorville. Here goes Jacksonville, but the pass from Kuhn is intercepted by Kitzman. That one is in, and it's in on the follow-up.
Bailey Jackson forced the turnover and got the points on that one. A double-double for her on that one.
Talk about the quickness getting up the court that you would need. 42-14 Taylorville. And that pass, it's a kicked ball by Peyton DeMichael, so Jacksonville gets it back. And Leroy, Taylorville picking up right where they left off all around here in this third quarter.
You need games like this every once in a while, games where you can just kind of play the game the way that you want to and really utilize your domination to be able to do stuff that maybe you're not necessarily able to do against tougher teams.
And utilize the depth as well. Stolen, Kitzman to Jackson. Can she get more? Tries to lay it in, but doesn't. Oh, and she touched it while she was standing out of bounds. Gives a little smile as Jacksonville gets it back.
No, it's perfect. Look, you can just, grab the ball, and yeah, it was pretty close. It was pretty close, but I think she had a foot out of bounds there.
So it's Jacksonville's ball, 42-14, 6:07 left in the third quarter. Kammerer. Ooh, almost a travel there, but she does pass it off, then gets it back for a 3 from the right wing, and that's off the rim and rebounded, but another shot there. So a third chance for Jacksonville, right side. Kenzie Law then backs up to 3. Kammerer, right wing, takes 2 right short corner. Back to Law. And almost pulled there. Hope Kitzman just tried to pull that one right out. And it's a held ball, so it's with Jacksonville. 5:37, go on.
Hope Kitzman said, hey, that's mine, give it to me.
Yeah. Well, they'll get it the next time. But that is stolen away as Jackson intercepts it. Maybe she could do a double here as well. Kitzman now, left side, 5:27 left, 42-14 Taylorville. DeMichael, right side. She's trying to direct traffic, finds Rogers, and she's fouled as she tried to shoot from low post. And that is a free throw trip for her. And sanctioned that time is Goss for her second time this game.
Grace Rogers is shooting about 65% from the field, or from the free throw line so far here early. Makes that one.
So she is now up to 10 points on the game, and those free throws, by the way, brought to you by the senior citizens of Christian County. Second free throw is up off the back of the rim and rebounded by Jacksonville, more specifically by Kammerer. Right side, Johnson, 5:09 left in the third, 43-14. Taken on and traveled, and it's Taylorville ball.
Just trying to do more than her body could handle, and By the time she realized it was way too late.
29 points the margin. We understand for this tournament, if the margin reaches 30 points or more, there will be a running clock. Here goes Grace Rogers for 3, and doesn't get the running clock. It rolls in and out. So here goes Jacksonville. Now they might be able to cut into the lead, make the game last a little longer. But falling is Johnson, and it's given away. Taylorville looking to break the other way. Right side, Jackson lays it in, and fell afterwards, but she's got it, and it's 45-14.
All Taylorville here in this third quarter.
10 points for Jackson, and now it's a 31-point game, so we should have the running clock here. Johnson. Kuhn at the top of the key. Needed some players on her left. Instead, finds Johnson to the right. Johnson looks to dribble in, has that one hit out of her hands, and it's out of bounds. Jacksonville ball again. .4:14 left, and that's right side from mid-post, and the shot, I don't even think it was a shot, but here goes Taylorville. Quick break. Bailey Jackson looking to gather it, and it was stolen away, but out of bounds, so Taylorville gets it back.
Stepped on the line as she was trying to keep that one in, and because of that, Taylorville says, hey, I'll take that back.
Yeah, outside of those couple makes from Bailey Jackson, just seems like both teams have had a little trouble getting into rhythm in the last few minutes, but Taylorville still with a comfortable lead. Bailey Jackson, 3, no, they say it's 2. Just a toe on the line, but she hits it from the left corner.
Bailey's 12 points of the game.
So 3 now from Kammerer from the top, and that's long to the right, and DeMichael rebounds it. Jackson wide open in the opposing paint, and that's an easy lay-in. She got ahead of everyone, no one covering. Jacksonville attacking again as they prepare a line change. Rogers stolen away on a skyscraper pass. Bailey Jackson looks to gather that, and pass is just too long for her, so it's out of bounds. So three changes for Taylorville, and again the line change for Jacksonville.
Well, I tell you what, when you look at this Taylorville team and what they've been able to do here in this one, this is almost reminiscent of the Taylorville teams of yore as far as just being able to dominate on all facets: offense, defense, rebounds, turnovers, time of possession. It's been just a clinic here this evening.
49-14, pass goes out of bounds, and I think that was Chloe Harney who tried to take it. 2 more substitutions from Taylorville as Julie Wayman and Joe Durbin come in.
Good to see some of the B squad coming in to get some time in and prove themselves here in this game against Jacksonville.
That's exactly what they'll want in a game like this. Via Susley, right side. Durbin, Lily Durbin, I should say. And that one is an air ball recovered by Wayman. Right side now, Susley. Oh, then Wayman, then back to... Oh, and they called a foul on the shot, and that was Camille Heberling, by the way.
Beautiful back door, and Heberling will head to the line and shoot 2 from the charity stripe.
And those shots brought to you by the senior citizens of Christian County, as we see Camille Heberling in early action for her this season. First free throw is a skyscraper, and will bounce off the rim, but it goes in her favor, so it's 50-14 with 2:47 left in the third quarter. Here comes the second shot, another skyscraper, and a similar bounce off the rim as it's long. So here goes Jacksonville, but she's double dribbles. Wardell.
Both hands touch the ball at the same time, and when that happens, they're going to get you for a double dribble every time.
Yeah, you only get one hand for the dribble. 2:38 left in the third quarter.
Oh, don't tell my 6-year-old that. She uses both hands all the time.
I'd have used both hands. Lily Durbin to left corner, finds Wayman up in the paint, and she burrows through everyone, as you'd expect, to lay it in.
2 points to Julie Wayman. Good to have her on the court here.
And you can see that size making an impact. Chumley feeds it to Wardell, right side. Right wing, I should say, Harney. And that's left side now, Vetter puts it up, and that's an air ball gathered by Wayman. Durbin. Susley takes the 3 from the wing, and it takes a bounce off the rim and out. It was a rebound there by Wayman. She tried to take the shot from underneath, missed, and then it's out to Durbin for the three, Lily Durbin, and that one missed as well. So a couple of misses from Taylorville. Jacksonville attacking from the right side, and the foul called against Susley.
Yeah, they're going to get Thea on that one. A little bit too much of a reach in on that.
So that's her first foul of the game. And just a second for the team in the third quarter, so I don't think it'll be too much foul trouble team-wise in the third quarter. 1:35 left. At the top, left towards Harney, then to Chumley, then back to Wardell, top of the three. Wardell again, right side, Vetter. Vetter trying to dribble in. Couple of passes out, and this is smoother from Jacksonville. Ooh. And the shot, that was always going well over, but they get the free throw as I think it's Joe Durbin, the player whistled for the foul.
Wardell tried to shoot a half-court shot from 12 feet away.
Yeah, she was like, just get up there and then hopefully get the call. And Chloe Harney was the player who was taking the shot, so she gets a pair of free throws. And the first one is off the front of the rim and back to her. So one more as it's 52-14 with 1:14 left in the third quarter. Harney taking the second of two free throws. Harney is a sophomore, and she does get that one to go after a couple of bounces. So 52-15 now, 1:09 left in the third quarter.
And again, just 1 point for Jacksonville here in this quarter.
And that was the only point. So, that's stolen away. That's a rare turnover from Taylorville, at least in terms of this game. And here goes Jacksonville. Wardell inside to Harney, and she travels. She was looking for a foul.
Oh, I thought they were going to get Wayman on that one, but instead she took too many steps. Was trying to back up out of it, but so Wayman got all ball on that one, and because she took the step back and didn't let go of the ball, they called it on travel.
Lily Durbin attacking from the left side. That shot misses everything, and it lands out of bounds.
About 36 seconds left here in this third quarter. It's been all Taylorville here so far.
52-15 and stolen by Joe Durbin as she attacks down the left side, gets the foul as that one missed the rim, but she'll go to the free throw line for a pair of shots sponsored by the Senior Citizens of Christian County. Harney, the player sanctioned for her first foul of the game, so now it's 3 fouls each way in the quarter.
And all of Durbin's points have come off of free throws, including that one right there.
So that's 4 points now for her, and 53 for Taylorville on the game. And the second one is in as well, clean as a whistle. And it's 54-15, 24 seconds left. Now Jacksonville could well have the last word in the third quarter if they play this one cleanly. They just struggled a bit too at first. Smock, left side, left wing, coming in, and that's a great lay-in, and it looks like that was Sydney Vetter who collected that one. So now Taylorville back the other way, 5 seconds. Can they score again? It's a 3. Oh, what a hit that was from Thea Susley in off the backboard. Just about as time expires, no time for the rebound.
Well, the banks are open as Thea Susley says hello and just uses that backboard to really just bank that 3 in. Great shot from Thea Susley.
Another donation from Scooter's Coffee as we reach the end of the third quarter. 57-17 Taylorville here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Taylorville Girls Basketball on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. I'm Reed Camai alongside Leroy Clamola. It is 57-17 in favor of Taylorville as we go into the fourth quarter. Taylorville set to pick up their second win in 3 in the Thanksgiving holiday tournament to kick off the season. As right now it's Reagan Thunderberg on the left side, and a good steal as there's a scrum for the ball on the ground, and they call jump ball, and it's Jacksonville's ball.
Yeah, do like you gotta do that like a wrestling move. There's bodies everywhere.
There's bodies everywhere. It was takedowns everywhere too. I've been learning some of the wrestling terminology as well. Left side, Kuhn takes it in, looking for Malin Kammerer on the left near corner, and it's 57-19. Taylorville back the other way. And it's Wayman, right side. Leah Lovekamp who takes the shot, and that's a bit long as it bounces. And another scrum for the ball. Held, and this time it's Taylorville's ball. Well, Leroy, both teams playing aggressively in the latter part of this game as they fight for every ball.
Well, yeah, and I tell you, this is a little bit more of an even matchup between this B squad and Jacksonville, but for these girls, this is so much of a learning curve as far as being able to figure this out, be able to do what you need to do, and a lot of learning moments in this fourth quarter for both teams.
And attacking now, Julie Wayman right underneath the basket. That shot doesn't get anywhere, and it's gathered by Autumn Goss.
A lot of contact, and Wayman wanted to foul, did not get one, and this is the first one back.
6:18 left, running clock with the score margin as it is, and that's intercepted by Joe Durbin. Easy one, and she dribbles back the other way, tries to pull back instead, feeds it over to Reagan Thunderberg, who misses off the rim. Bounced back towards her, but rebounded by Kammerer. Right side now, Johnson right wing. Kammerer then back into the middle, and that one is gathered by Goss, and there's a scrum on the ground, and that should be Jacksonville ball.
57-19 lead. Taylorville, last game here in this little 3 set. They'll do the same thing again next week with some bigger opponents, including Civic Memorial and Mount Zion.
And the foul is called on the shot, so going to the line is Kammerer, and I think that was Camille Heberling who was whistled for the foul.
I think you're right.
So that's her first. Both teams mostly staying out of team foul trouble, but individually, a couple players with 3 fouls, and that happened earlier in the game as the first free throw from Kammerer missed. Second one, a skyscraper, goes in. So 6 points for Kammerer, most of them from the free throw line. 4:55 left. Remember, clock was running during that time, running clock. And that pass tipped and intercepted by Johnson, and another jump ball, which this time goes in Taylorville's favor. The official had to check the possession arrow, considering how many times we've had to do that in this fourth quarter. So here goes Taylorville now, 4:30, up 57-20. Looking for Durbin on the wraparound, and Durbin has to get around a couple of Crimson players. Low pass to, that was Heberling, then right side to Lovekamp, who puts it up, and she misses. Rebounded by Wayman right underneath the basket. She can't put it up from underneath, and it's rebounded by Goss.
Good ball movement there from Taylorville, just couldn't get the ball to fall.
Yeah, the shot's not working quite as well at this point as they had at the rest of this game, but bringing on new players, you at least give them some good opportunities. That's what they need. Long 2 from Johnson. They are saying that that's just a 2 from the left wing.
They've kept her in check today, only her 4th points of the day.
And she was a player to look out for as Joe Durbin has it on the left side, then feeds it to Thunderberg, then back to Joe Durbin, and she runs into a pair of players, and it's on the ground. That should be a held ball. And this time goes to Jacksonville. 5th time that's happened, I think, in this fourth quarter. Stay tuned afterwards. We'll name the Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game and have plenty of post-game coverage as well. Got that to look forward to on Tommy TV and 96.5 The Chill. Kammerer coming in from the front, and that one is short. off the rim and going back the other way. Funderburk and lays that one in. And so Funderburk with her third and fourth points of the game, 59-22. Taylorville, 2:54 left, clock continues to run. Addie Johnson and looking for Goss, but she can't get the shot away, stolen. Funderburk right up the middle, then out to Durbin on the right side. That one was actually a bit of an air ball that a couple of players looked for, and it's put in by Funderburk. She's up to 6 on the day.
6 points for the freshman. Good to see her getting off to a good start here today.
Yeah, and you love this. If you're a freshman at this stage at this game, getting those valuable minutes and those points. 61-22 in Taylorville's favor. And that's stolen away. Oh, Wayman should have caught that one. Held on, and a couple of players going on the ground and landing actually rather awkwardly. This is a little concerning, and that was Goss who hit the floor.
Wayman wasn't expecting that pass. That was the only reason she didn't catch it. It was almost like she looked down and saw the basketball right in her chest.
Oh, the basketball's right here. Okay, I'll take it. 1:54 left in the game. 61-22 Taylorville. Funderburk. Wayman. Funderburk again, left side. Lovecamp goes for 3, air ball.
Hand got on it.
Yeah, that had to have been. Wouldn't imagine it'd be short otherwise, out of bounds for Jacksonville. 1:33 left, 61-22 Taylorville. Jacksonville players maybe looking for a couple more points to take back with them. And that shot swinging around that time was Goss, who had gone down earlier. That's the right side. Johnson, right wing, then back towards Kimmer in a similar position, and she tries to dribble in, ran into at least 3 Taylorville players, and gets a touch as it goes out of bounds.
Still working here towards the end of this one, and again, every little bit helps, and so you'll see him still playing hard here in this last 66 seconds.
So great to see as we're into the final minute, and the foul called, and I think that was Goss taking the shot. So she'll go to the line. I think that's Wayman who was sanctioned for the foul. So Goss goes to the line. She's got 4 points on the game so far. The clock does continue to run. And after a couple of bounces, it does not go in. I thought it actually was going to. 28 seconds. We've had the running clock. Goss now. That one is off the backboard and then rolls out on the ground. Who gets it? It was a Jacksonville player just thrown up there. Wayman intercepts it. Funderburk on the right side. Can she get some more points? And that's left side to Jacksonville, or rather the right side. Can they get some points? Kuhn in, and a shot at the end, and some good points for Malin Kammerer as she lays it in from the right side, and that'll do it here. And it finishes Taylorville 61, Jacksonville 24 here at the Dolph in the last of 6 games today, the last of 3 in the evening session in the Thanksgiving holiday tournament. Well, stay tuned, because coming up we'll have the Chill, Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game, and plenty more post-game coverage. That's all coming up right here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV. Taylorville Girls Basketball here on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV as it finishes here. Taylorville 61, Jacksonville 24. I'm Reed Kamai, joined alongside by Leroy Klimola as we wrap up this game. Let's start. Okay, fine, I'll do this too. Doing the bunny ears for those of you listening on 96.5 The Chill. Well, let's start by naming the Chill Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game. And that player of the game is who, Leroy?
It helps if I press my microphone button, doesn't it? Thea Susley is our player of the game. Congratulations to Thea Susley for what was a fantastic effort today from her. 6th man off the bench, but really just utilizing her speed and her strength to be able to get in there, cause all kinds of problems, and really just a reliant force on both sides of the ball today. Thea Susley, our Chill Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the game. Congratulations to Thea Susley for those honors.
Well, congratulations indeed. Well, let's take a look at how the game progressed. It really was Taylorville from the off as they went up 19-8 at the end of the first quarter, and it actually was 19 points for Taylorville in each of the first 3 quarters. Jacksonville had 8 in the first, 5 in the second to get to 13, 4 in the third to put them up to 17. Jacksonville did actually win the fourth quarter, 7-4, but otherwise it was Taylorville all the way, and it was running clock in the fourth quarter as well. And Leroy, we really saw a lot of things clicking for this team, certainly in the first 3 quarters.
It was really nice to be able to see this team play the way that we know that they can, and to be able to get everyone involved in that. Everyone got some points. Everyone was getting some action. It was awesome to see. It was really cool to see, and hopefully they'll build for next weekend as they get a little bit of a break here.
And let's take a look at the point scores. A lot of points for a lot of Tornadoes. Bailey Jackson led the way with 14. Thea Susley, the Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the game, had 12. Nora Thomas had 8 points for the Tornadoes. Grace Rogers, by the way, with 10. Joe Durbin with 5. Peyton DeMichael with 3. Reagan Funderburk off the bench with 6. Camille Heberling with 1 point, and Julie Wayman with 2 points. As for Jacksonville, Malin Kammerer led the way with 8 points. Chloe Kuhn had 5. 4 points each for Addie Johnson and Autumn Gauze. 2 points for Sydney Vetter. 1 point for Chloe Harney, and an A for effort for Leroy for his dance moves.
That's right.
Right here.
That's right.
Right here in our commentary position. I don't know. I didn't really feel like replicating that. I mean, I probably wouldn't have looked as good. Let's just be honest about that. So let's take a look at what's next. Of course, we are just over halfway through. Actually, I'll tell you what's next. We've got a conversation here with Hayden Eldred, the head coach of Taylorville's girls basketball team. Thanks for joining us. You are on 96.5 The Chill, and it certainly was a more chill game in terms of just being able to, execute your game plan and come away with a win.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we wanted to make sure we kept off of what we, ended with in the previous game. Keep building off of that and try to work on cleaning things up.
Yeah, and you got some of the players who haven't featured quite as much so far this season out there, and I'm sure it was good for them to get the experience. What did you like out of that?
Yeah, absolutely. We got some first varsity points from a couple people, Julie and Cam, and happy for them. They played great in that last quarter, and proud of my girls getting to we can have that situation for them.
Well, 3 games under your belt. Now you got more days than that to think about it. What's going to be on your mind and on the team's mind going into those crucial next games late next week?
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to work on. We got to keep pushing ourselves, get in better shape. Keep working on bringing that intensity at practice. It's. When we were going through, 2.5 weeks of practice on yourself, it's hard to keep yourself going. But now we've got some games. We got to get back into it, and we got to keep working hard and getting better because it's only going to get tougher from here.
Looking forward to seeing it. That's head coach Hayden Eldred of Taylorville's girls basketball team. Hayden, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. And I'll just take that back from you. Thank you. And that again, Hayden Eldred, head coach of Taylorville's girls basketball team, talking to us just now after the win against Jacksonville. And let's send it over to Haley, who's got an interview on the sidelines. Haley?
Thanks, Reed. I'm here with THS cheerleaders.
Ella Hohenstein.
And Meredith Spears. So what is your favorite part about basketball season?
I think my favorite part would have to be just kind of the atmosphere. I feel the Dolph, no matter what game or what event, like it's kind of crazy and it's very loud. And it's different than the football field because it kind of echoes, so it feels a little quieter in a sense. So I just like the energy the Dolph brings.
What is your favorite part?
I could totally agree with that. Being in a gym compared to a football field is so much different as a cheerleader, especially this year. We're all one varsity team, so it's just a big team and we're really loud. So we're excited what this season brings.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you, Haley, and thank you to the cheerleaders as well for lending your time as well. Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, let's just do this. Let's do the dance moves.
Yes.
All right. Let's get. Well, no, I did it earlier. I did it earlier as well.
I know
So we're doing a little more of it now as Taylorville wins it 61-24 against Jacksonville. Here in the last of the 3 games in this first weekend of the Thanksgiving holiday tournament. We'll be back at it on Black Friday when Taylorville faces Mount Zion here at the Dolph. Well, thank you for joining us on Tommy TV and on 96.5 The Chill. Speaking of Tommy TV, thank you to the great crew and everyone else who's been involved. You can see some of them right there. Thank you all for your hard work. It's great to be a part of this awesome experience here with Tommy TV, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. He's been Leroy Klimola.
I have been.
I've been Reed Kamai, and I've been doing a little bit of dancing now. Well, yeah, the last little bit of it before the end. Well, thank you for tuning in again on 96.5 The Chill and Tommy TV, and we'll be back at it on Black Friday. Bye for now.
You're watching Tommy TV.